What's up, guys? Eric here, and as promised, I'm going to show you the initial setup of the awning room that goes along with my ARB awning here. Like I said before, I really can't overemphasize how pleased I am with this awning. It is just fantastic. It's so convenient, bolted right to the side of the truck. You roll it out. I was up at Sky Park Bike Park last week with a bunch of my buddies, and came down off the hill for lunch, and the parking space next to me was empty. So even with the 8-foot extension, it took up just about that entire parking space. And so we sat under here, had lunch, and when we were done, we rolled it right back up and went right back up the hill. Here is the way the awning room comes in. I have not opened this bag yet, so I'm going to assume that this is probably the nicest and neatest that this thing will ever be rolled up. If it's anything like any sleeping bags that I've had back in the day, you end up just stuffing it into a trash bag to get it home, and then you clean it up and then carefully roll it back up. And the plan is I want to take this up to Big Bear and do a one-nighter just to test it out and test out the rig, and hopefully it will be a good setup for doing some bigger trips. Just looks like a great big sushi roll here, so let's tie it up here. Undo these, set these aside because I assume we're going to need them for packing it back up later on. So throw those over there. Alright, roll this out. Stakes and guy ropes holding everything in place. Oh yeah, these are some pouches to hang things like cell phones and iPads and that sort of thing on the inside. This looks to be about the 6-foot width of canopy, so I'm going to start with this. Let's see if I don't know if I have to rotate it 90 degrees or not. Alright, so I actually had it right the first time. I had to get on YouTube and see which end goes where. The part with the zip-off panel goes on the end of the awning, and this channel here slides into the channel on the awning housing on the side of the truck. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I had to walk back and forth a few times on either side of the channel over here just to kind of feed the whole thing in carefully. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's just something you just got to do when you're doing this one person. If you have two people with an extra pair of hands, one person could be doing the feeding while the other is doing the guiding and pulling through. You just want to take care that no sharp points are sticking out of the side, because I have a few like zip ties and things, the sharp ones. I had to kind of turn them around to the inside, or inside of the Jeep, that is, stay away from the fabric of the tent, because I obviously don't want to rip it. It is ripstop material, so it supposedly should, as the name implies, stop the rip, but why make a hole in something if you don't have to? So this would be a little easier with two people, but definitely doable when you're doing it solo. Well, how do you like that? Looks pretty good. Obviously, there's no stakes or anything at the very bottom, totally anchoring it down. I suppose if once I get some stuff in there, put some weight, that'll definitely keep it in place. And when I have it parked on some dirt, I can put the stakes down. I think it's really going to work pretty well. Another thing I'm really happy about too is that it's just draping out the outside of the truck like that. I did have to push the mirror back, like I had said in my previous video. That's no big deal. And it's not really, doesn't seem to be like half the tent is taken up just because of the shape of the truck. It'll open this up and see how it looks inside. Alright, so I get the screen right here that this panel zips up. This is as we come inside. And this thing, I mean, it's a tent after all, but I can stand right up in it, which is great. Probably get a cot, lie it out right there, maybe a little folding table. And if I need to get into the Jeep or anything, if this door zips down right here. I'm sure breaking it down is just as easy, hopefully. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a go. So yeah, ARB awning room to go with the awning. Very, very cool. Kudos. Yeah, very, very happy with this. Excited to get going on it. So I'll be sure to be doing more videos that will include this awning and the other stuff that I get to go along with it, and I'll be sure to take you guys along. So until next time, keep it full throttle.